Good afternoon, everybody. It's a great pleasure and a privilege to be here today. I'm glad I'm the first of Lisa's friends to speak because I have a feeling that people are going to say a lot of the same things that I'm going to say. But let me say what I know for sure because I have known Lisa almost my whole tenure in the town. Her son Jake is one of my son's dearest friends. My son is someone who holds on to friends his whole life, and Jake has been in our home and in our lives from the very beginning, and thus Lisa, Len, and her daughter Allison. Lisa is one of the easiest people for me to speak on behalf of in this town because what I value most in a human being is selflessness, commitment to principle, and the ability to truly enter the lives of those around them and to give everyone a fair hearing and a fair share. And I've seen Lisa do this from the moment I met her. First, I met Lisa that I was Jake's coach, and I was coaching her son on a daily basis. And Lisa gave support and constructive advice to coaches from the very beginning. She was always fair, she was always supportive. She never sought preferential treatment for her kids in any capacity. She was a true advocate for Dedham sports, for all kids, for our coaches, our leaders, and our Parks and Rec system from elementary school to high school. Unprecedented decency, ethics, and support from Lisa Farnham. And I've coached for over 10 years, boys and girls, and met hundreds of parents. Lisa is number one. Secondly, I would say her relationship to other children was just like it was to her own. Lisa was the number one cheerleader also. She never missed the games and she knew every single child's name. You would think that they were part of her extended family. She cheered for them the same way she cheered for her own children. She handed out cowbells and banners and organized parent cheers. Once again, it shows in her character and in her energy. Nothing like it that I've seen since being in Dedham. Jake talks about Lisa's coaching. Lisa coached in an environment where men dominated the youth boys basketball team. And some of the men were not as open to female coaches as many of you on this call might want to be. Lisa, not agitating or confrontationally, inserted herself into the coaching community, was welcomed, respected, and admired, competed for championships, and earned the love and respect of all the males in the program, and including the families and the mothers. Once again, I haven't seen anything like it. It's a testament to who she is. Board membership, and it's a repetition of the same theme. Lisa participated on the sports boards and with the highest ethics that you could ask in a person. She was fair to everybody, those whose children are part of generations of Dedham residents and those who just arrived yesterday, those of kids of color, those of the majority population, those of great athletic ability, and those who it was a challenge to compete. She treated them all equally. Just a wonderful, wonderful person. And in all of the board relationships that I had in both of those sports, I saw nothing but Lisa being a peacemaker, a consensus builder, a harmonizer, something that Parks and Recs will benefit greatly from. If I had to draw up a job description for Parks and Recs, I would encourage whoever drew that description to meet Lisa Farnham. Speak and spend a couple hours with her, and you would go a long way to developing that job description. And lastly, I'll say the same that her son has already said. In town meeting, Lisa always studies the issues, however complex, however they bear upon her own family or not. She attends mini town meetings, goes thoroughly through all the issues and votes her consciousness. This is a woman who will do, as she just said, look at our Parks and Recs from a whole person point of view and make space for families and children to enjoy recreation, to make space for health, like the Girls on the Run type programs, but use our resources to advance the health of our children and our adults in the town. We'll support the sports program that she's intimately been involved with. We'll help the elderly enjoy the living spaces in our towns to make this a place for them to live in. So she has my unqualified support in every aspect of her humanity. Couldn't think of a better candidate.